I never thought I'd be one of those girls. You know, the ones who end up saying, my best friend stole my boyfriend. That's the kind of crap you read on Reddit and think, nah, that wouldn't happen to me. My best friend would never do that. Yeah, well, turns out I was delusional. So let's rewind a bit. I met Emma in college. We clicked instantly. Same humor, same taste in music, same let's be hot messes together energy. She was the type of friend who'd sit on the bathroom floor with you at 3 a.m. while you cried over some guy who texted K. And when I say we were close, I mean she knew all my secrets, from the fact that I snuck into my ex's apartment once to get my hoodie back, to my fear of accidentally sending nudes to my boss. Fast forward 3 years and enter Jake. God. Jake was, tall, messy hair, tattoos that peeked out of his sleeves, and that lazy smile that made you forget your own name. He was also the first guy I dated who actually made an effort. Dates, flowers, random good morning texts, he did all of it without me asking. Naturally, I told Emma everything about him. I even showed her his Insta the night we matched on Hinge, and she was like, oh my God, he's cute. You better not fumble this one, bitch. For the first year, things were perfect. Emma and Jake got along well, which I thought was a blessing. I mean, how often does your boyfriend actually like hanging out with your best friend? We'd all grab drinks, play Mario Kart, or do little double dates with whoever Emma was seeing at the time. Then, little things started to happen. It started with Emma texting Jake directly. At first, I didn't care. She'd text him stuff like, hey, is she home? I'm stopping by with wine. Or, do you guys want tacos? Totally innocent. But then I noticed they'd have whole conversations that I wasn't part of. I'd see notifications pop up on Jake's phone and be like, what's that about? And he'd shrug and say, just Emma sending me some meme. Weird, but okay. The next red flag? One night, Jake and I were supposed to meet Emma at this bar downtown. I got stuck at work, so I texted Jake to let him know I'd be late. When I finally got there, I found them sitting way too close in a booth, laughing like they were in some rom-com. Jake jumped up when he saw me, kissed me on the cheek, and said, hey babe, Emma was just telling me about her trip. But the way Emma looked at me, like she was smug. Still, I brushed it off because I didn't want to be that insecure girlfriend. But here's the kicker. One Friday night, I had the absolute worst migraine and told Jake I couldn't make it to the party we'd been invited to. He said he might still go for a bit, and I told him fine, just don't get too drunk. Around midnight, I woke up and realized Jake wasn't home yet. So I checked Instagram stories, and there it was. Emma's story. Emma, sitting on Jake's lap, both of them grinning at the camera like some couple on vacation. I texted her, what the actual f*** is this? She replied with, babe, it's just a joke. You know we're like siblings. Yeah, siblings who sit on each other's laps. Totally normal. The next day, Jake came over with coffee like nothing happened. When I asked him about it, he laughed and said, you're being dramatic. Emma was just drunk, and there weren't any seats left. I wanted to believe him. God, I wanted to. So I swallowed my feelings and pretended it was fine. Then came my birthday. Emma offered to help Jake plan something special, which sounded sweet, until I realized she had more details about my own birthday plans than I did. She kept dropping little hints like, oh, you're gonna love the gift Jake got you, or wait till you see what we have planned. And yes, I said we. The day arrives, and it's a nice dinner with a few friends. Cute, whatever. But halfway through, Jake gives me my gift. And it's a necklace I had told Emma about months ago. Not Jake. Emma. And when I opened it, Emma looked more excited than Jake did. After dinner, we all went to this rooftop bar. I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, Emma and Jake were outside smoking together. Not a big deal, except they were standing way too close. Like the kind of close where your bodies just fit. And that's when it hit me. Something was going on. I tried to ignore it for another couple of weeks, but I couldn't. My gut was screaming at me. So one night after Jake fell asleep, I went through his phone. Yeah, whatever. I know it's not the most moral move, but I had to know. And oh, I found out. Flirty texts from Emma. Stuff like, can't wait to see you later. And last night was so fun. You always know how to make me laugh. There was one where she said, you looked so good today. I almost forgot she was sitting right there. I wanted to throw up. When I confronted Jake, he swore nothing physical happened. He said Emma was just like that. and I was overreacting. When I asked Emma, she laughed. Actually laughed. Then she goes, "Babe, you're paranoid. I would never do that to you." But after that night, things between them only got weirder. They'd share looks across the room, private jokes, and sometimes, when they thought I wasn't looking, he'd touch her arm or she'd lean into him just a little too much. Then came the day that blew everything up. Jake and I had a fight. Nothing major, just about him canceling on me last minute. I didn't hear from him all day after that. So I went to his apartment that evening, and guess whose shoes were at the door? Yep, Emma's. I stood there, staring at those damn heels, and I swear my heart dropped to my stomach. I knocked, and Jake opened the door looking like he'd seen a ghost. Behind him, Emma walked out of his bedroom wearing his shirt. And you know what she said? She had the audacity to look me dead in the eye and go, "It's not what it looks like." I left. Didn't scream, didn't cry right there. Just walked out and blocked them both. But later that night, Jake texted me this long-ass message about how it was a mistake, and Emma came on to him. Emma sent me this pathetic paragraph about how she was lonely and things just happened. And that's when I realized they were never sorry. They were just sorry they got caught. You know that saying, revenge is a dish best served cold? Yeah, that. My revenge was piping hot, and I didn't give a damn if anyone thought I was petty. The night I caught Emma in Jake's shirt, I went home, poured myself half a bottle of wine, and made a playlist called Songs to Plot To. No crying into my pillow like some tragic rom-com heroine. No, I was pissed. I wanted both of them to choke on the mess they made. First thing I did, I took screenshots of every flirty text between them. All the little "last night was fun and you looked so good" crap. I even saved the one where Jake told her, "I like how you get me in a way she doesn't." Like, excuse me? I cooked for you. I folded your laundry. I f***ing defended you when my mom said you looked like a guy who'd break my heart. And this is what you do? I sent those screenshots to our entire friend group. No caption, no explanation, just receipts. I wanted the evidence to speak for itself. Within an hour, my phone was blowing up with "what the hell" texts and "girl, are you okay" calls. Turns out Emma's little "I'm so loyal to my girls" image crumbled real fast when people saw the truth. Our mutual friend Lily told me Emma tried to spin it as "we were drunk and it just happened once." Lies. The texts went back months. Jake had the nerve to text me saying I was overreacting by involving other people in private matters. Private matters? Bro, you let my best friend play dress up in your shirt. The private ship sailed. But here's where it gets good. A week later, Jake showed up at my apartment. Not to apologize, not to beg. Nope. He came to give me my stuff back and also to ask me not to post anything on social media. Apparently, some of his coworkers had seen the screenshots floating around in group chats and it was affecting his reputation. I told him, "Guess you should have thought about your reputation before sticking your in my best friend." He didn't like that answer. And Emma? She didn't even try to see me in person. She just sent this half-assed text like, "I'm really sorry for hurting you. I hope one day you can forgive me." As if forgiveness was some clearance rack item I could just pick up whenever. Here's the thing. I wasn't going to let them slink away and live their happy little "we betrayed her, but love conquers all" fantasy. Oh no. They wanted to humiliate me? I'd give them a taste of it. Remember that time Emma drunkenly admitted she'd been talking to a guy behind her ex's back? Yeah, I remembered. And I still had the receipts from that mess too. So I may or may not have anonymously tipped off said ex about exactly what happened. Let's just say her DMs weren't looking so cute after that. Then came my favorite part. Jake's birthday was 2 weeks after the whole blow-up. His friends had planned a big bar night, and guess who was invited before all this drama? Yep, me. I decided to still show up, looking better than I ever had in my life. New hair, killer dress, red lipstick that could end marriages. When I walked in, the look on Jake's face was priceless. Emma was there too, clinging to his arm like she'd just won the boyfriend lottery. She tried to give me this fake little smile, but I just winked at her and went to the bar. Within minutes, 3 different guys were talking to me, and I made damn sure Jake could see me laughing and touching one of their arms while his drink sat untouched. Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Oh, absolutely. Here's the funny part, though. I didn't even have to do much more after that. Jake and Emma basically self-destructed. Apparently, cheating with your best friend isn't exactly the foundation of a healthy relationship. Within a month, they were already fighting in public, unfollowing and refollowing each other on Instagram like teenagers. Lily told me Emma cried to her, saying she felt isolated because so many of our friends had cut her off. Jake, on the other hand, started texting me random hey messages at 2 a.m. like nothing happened. One time he even sent, I miss you. I replied with a screenshot of him and Emma at the door that night and just wrote, you missed this? No response. But here's the twist, and I swear I didn't see this coming. 2 months later, Emma showed up at my door. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity won. She looked wrecked. Messy hair, puffy eyes, wearing some hoodie that wasn't even hers. She goes, we broke up. Jake cheated on me. And I just laughed. I actually laughed in her face. She got mad and was like, why are you being such a bitch about this? And I said, because karma's got a quicker turnaround than Amazon Prime these days. Then I shut the door. Since then, I haven't spoken to either of them. I blocked them on everything, and honestly, my life's been quieter and better without all that fake-ass energy. I've started hanging with new people, focusing on my job, and maybe casually talking to someone who actually respects me. But the best part? Emma's been trying to get back in with our old friend group, and no one's having it. Every time she shows up somewhere, someone brings up the Jake incident, and she ends up leaving early. And Jake? Last I heard, he's still hopping from girl to girl, acting like the victim in every story he tells. So yeah, my best friend stole my boyfriend. And yeah, it fucking hurt at first. But in the end, I got the peace. They got each other, and then they lost that too. I'd call that a win.